What's up, yogis? Today we're going to get into some breath work, some core work, and finish up with a little bit of inverting. So if you're looking for some inner fire, some heat, and some strength building, join me. If you're brand new to the practice, maybe check out something that's geared a little bit more toward beginners today. Switch up the crossing if you've been in Sukhasana for a moment. Root to rise. Deep breath in. Let it out. On the inhale, shoulders are going to shrug. Exhale, release them. Just two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time in through the nose. Out through your nose. Keep that Ujjayi breath with you. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhaling, heart forward and up. Exhale, reverse. Take one more. Bring it all to neutral. Deep breath in. Let it go. Let's come forward and up. Virasana. So you're on your knees. You can always pad them if that's needed. Slip one hand to your belly, one to your heart. And then move into breath of fire. Inhaling through the nose. Start to snap the belly, drawing it in and up until you feel empty of air. Recovery breath or two, in and out through the nose. If you need it, lick the lips, swallow. And taking that one more time, as long as your body feels okay, right? You're not dealing with any digestive stuff, congestion, and again. Finishing up, just noticing those shifts, right? Cultivating that inner fire, warming up the physical body, increasing the efficiency of your digestive organs, of your lungs, purifying the air. Interlace your fingers, press the heels of the hands forward, plug the shoulders back. Take the arms up. And just another breath being here. Let your arms slowly release toward a T and circle the wrists once or twice as they come down. Other thumb on top, again interlacing. Heels of the hands forward, plug the shoulders back. Do take it up. If the ribs are popping forward and out, hug them in. Feel the connection from the navel to the spine as you exhale. The diaphragm working to support you. And again, releasing, circle out those wrists, maybe the other way. You can figure it out once or twice. And as the arms release, walk the hands forward. Bring yourself into a big table, scooching the knees back. Inhale, start to come forward, arching, Sufi circle. Exhale, take it back, rounding. Confronting and releasing all sorts of stuff. I just heard kind of a snap, crackle, pop thing going on in my body. You might hear that as well. Not forcing it, but allowing that stuff to go. And arching and rounding once or twice. And then climbing back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Hands are shoulder width, fingers are bright. Wrists parallel to the front of the mat, or a little bit of a turnout. And as you reach your booty up and back, bend the knees a touch. Sending more weight into the legs if possible. Let's walk a calf stretch. Little neck stretch. Inhale forward to a plank. Let's bring the knees down for the first one. Draw the navel in, tailbone reaches back, heart forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhaling, push up. Exhaling, stretch it back, either down dog or puppy dog. So you can stay with the modification. You can also explore going a little further. Thighs lift, legs strong. Everyone exhale halfway. Inhale, push up. Exhale, take it back. A few more on the breath. Inhale, plank. Navel to spine, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Navel to spine, down dog. 2 more. Feel the elbows graze the midline without shortchanging that space across the heart, the collarbones. Harder that way. Pressing it back, walk hands to feet. Clasp the elbows. Let your body melt for a few breaths over the legs. Trying to wiggle, sway, even a sigh. Switch the hand that's on top, or of course, take the hands behind the legs. And maybe allow yourself to fold a little further for another breath or 2. Hands on hips, inhale halfway, exhale it out. Inhale, standing up, and exhale here. And we're gonna get into a chair. Bend your knees, sit into the heels. Toes a little light. Take another breath in. As you exhale, fold over the legs, dropping the head and maybe reaching the arms back. Then we can let out a little release on the exhale if you'd like, saying ha. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Keep going. 2 more. 1 more. Arms release. Roll it up. Inhaling to rise. And exhaling at the top. Take yourself toward the wall. Downward facing dog where the heels are at the wall. Walking your hands forward so that you're in a very comfortable, stable dog. Drive your booty up and back, arms straight and strong. Take a few breaths just being here and considering adding more. Walk your feet up one by one, right? Putting a little weight into the legs. Coming up slow, you might have to walk the hands in an inch or 2, but trying not to get any closer than you need to be. Feet can stay hip width or of course heel toe them toward each other. And we'll take that time to either go further or let this be enough. Gazing again toward the earth for stability. If you feel stable toward the legs, it's fine. Taking one leg up. Square the pelvis. Notice if there's any arching in the back. Hug the navel in instead. Bring that first foot down, pushing into the wall. Second side, drive the leg up, arms still strong. Let it start from the breath and from that work from the ground. Walk that foot to the wall and then slowly take your feet all the way down to the earth. Staying folded, clasp your elbows. Drop the weight of the head, soften the belly, the face, maybe sigh. You can play with that again, or of course inhale it up. Those of you who are comfortable working the other direction, we will. Taking downward facing dog, where you're roughly a hand's distance from the floorboard. So my fingertips walk back to where the heel of the hand would be if it was snug to the wall. And I'm in that downward facing dog. Rooting to rise, take a few breaths, hugging the navel in as you breathe out. In and out through the nose, Ujjayi Pranayama. Bring that ocean sound with you. Take a little shift forward toward a plank. The knee moves in toward the collarbone. Press back, down dog. Second side, shift forward toward plank. Knee toward the collarbone. Press it back. Feeling out which one feels more intuitive, right? Let that be the first one that you're going to start with. Step the foot in, maybe halfway. Back leg is going to be the driver. Keep the hips square. Pushing into the ball of the front foot, the inner thigh starts to lift. The knee can move toward the chest. The heel might touch the wall, it might not. Bring the feet, the legs together. Tailbone toward the backs of the knees. Gazing at the earth, or of course the middle of the room as you catch your balance. And take a few breaths. Now I suggest holding in a forward fold for a half a minute or so before you inhale up. Maybe you take a few shoulder rolls before you play with it again. If you're exploring it in the middle of the room, groovy, just make sure that you really do feel comfortable going there. And you kind of scan the area, right, so that you're safe. In downward facing dog, again, we notice our foundation, our breath, the intention behind it. Letting go of any competition with ourselves, with our neighbor, etc. Step one foot in. Maybe it's the other leg. And the inner thigh of the back leg is going to lead. Drawing the belly to the spine, knee sucks toward the chest. Maybe I stack the bones, shoulders over wrists, hips on top of shoulders. And the second foot comes up to meet the first. You might kind of sway, you might even take a step. Let yourself breathe through those wobbles. And then eventually, and it's not usually a choice, you come down, take yourself to Uttanasana, the fold. Maybe all the way to the knees, climbing to Balasana, the child's pose. And allow yourself to continue playing, or of course, inhale up. Take a moment to cool down and have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.